Hello everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. I hope that you're doing well today. I want to talk today about stress management, about mindfulness. And I'm wondering if some of you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed and overstressed as we go into this new year. And I want to share with you a personal story in a way and how it applies to this conversation about stress techniques for, just calming you down and not only improving your mental health, but your physical health as well. Pace of life right now is crazy, right? I mean, it really is accelerated to a level that I don't think any of us have experienced before. I mean, we've lived, 60, 70 years of life and seen a lot of change, but right now it just seems, moving quick, very, very fast. And the economic situation, political realities, not just in North America and in Europe, but all around the world. I mean, we are truly in the middle of a bit of a vortex. And maybe you're feeling a bit out of sorts. Maybe you're not eating properly, you're not sleeping as much as you know in your heart that you should be. And then, of course, you might be dealing with an illness, with heart disease or some chronic illness that that is bothering you. And this is something that I wanted to share with you because many of you do know recently I had a personal situation myself with blood pressure. Now I'm actually, touch wood, I'm a pretty healthy person. I've been blessed with good health all my life, and I'm very, very grateful for that. But I have had blood pressure all of my life, and many of you probably can relate to this because it is a challenge for an incredible number of people all around the world. And so I recently had a situation where my blood pressure got a little bit out of control, and I found myself in the emergency room, with doctors trying to help me get down from a very big flare up. And the reason that I mention this is in relation to stress management and mindfulness is that when I came home, I realized that there was an underlying, it wasn't so much tension and stress as it was activity in my life. I was super busy, and I know that many of you can relate to this as well. And I thought, well, I was on a different regime of medicines which were working, and I felt really good about that, but I was still, it gave me a wake-up call to realize that there's a physical reality of a sickness and an illness, a chronic disease, and also there is the mental, psychological side to it, that you can fix one thing, but when you get to the heart of it, is it just that chronic illness, or is it also stress, overwork, feeling of tension and anxiety? So I sort of started looking again at my meditation techniques because I've meditated for many years, and probably some of you have too. But I looked at this whole idea of mindfulness, which is not like a meditation technique particularly. There's no spiritual or religious or even structured sort of mantra or thing you have to do, sit in a certain position or look, have your eyes doing something or another. It's just simply, being aware of the current moment. It's just bringing everything that you're diffusing yourself with all the different things that are on your mind, all the different activities and to-dos and worries and concerns, and just stopping. Just non-judgmentally stopping and sitting. And when I sat down and did that, I did a little test with my blood pressure just to take some measurements. And I found that if I incorporated a serious amount of time, like 15 minutes, that to me is serious in the sense of, stopping what I'm doing, and not just meditating, but just calming, just being at peace with exactly where I was. Not trying to worry about this video or this, article or this response or this email or whatever, just being there. And I found, for me, this is just me, and by the way, this is no medical advice. I am no doctor. I am no medical professional. But for me, it brought down my blood pressure. I would, I wouldn't do blood pressure reading and then sit down and meditate and then do my blood pressure. I didn't do that. I just realized though that over time, my body was calming down, and that physical calming was actually helping with the physical situation as well. So I share that with you just purely because I think that it's of value to look at any kind of physical situation that you're dealing with and incorporating into it some techniques for mindfulness. Well, you could say mindfulness meditation or just mindfulness in general. And I'm going to talk to you. One of our bloggers, this is Nomi Bacher, wrote this article, and she's got some specific to-dos and to-don'ts when it comes to mindfulness. But basically, the benefits are it provides you with a new lease on life, in the sense that it helps you to stay in the present moment. It quiets the compulsive mind. Remember that monkey mind that we talk about? The one that's always chattering in your ear? It calms it. And it supports the natural processes of your body, the natural healing process. And I think that's what I was tuned into. Our body actually will take care of our ailments, with a little bit of help from medicine. Sometimes it will heal itself. But the mindfulness process gives you a clearer vision of what you're doing and what you're dealing with in life, and ground you in the immediate moment, which I think is the purposeful present. So the do, she says, is to observe and don't judge. That's one of the first things that Nomi talks about in incorporating mindfulness into your life. Don't judge. Operate from a place. You're always operating from a place of worry, anxiety, anticipation, maybes, maybe nots, but we often judge ourselves and others, which causes stress. And mindfulness just simply teaches us to relax, to accept, drop judgment. And social media is not our friend when it comes to this, because I have found in my experience on different channels that there's so much polarization and different points of view that we can hardly go into any situation anymore without being hit with both arguments and competing with each other for our acceptance and mindset. It's really hard. But so the first thing is to not judge. The other to do is to notice your monkey mind. Notice it, the good and the bad conversations that it brings about. Monkey minds, I don't know where that actually started, because I'm sure monkeys are probably calmer than us. But anyway, it's the image of a monkey bouncing around. But, having many different things, juggling different things. Maybe a juggler would be a better, but basically mindfulness does help you to slow down. It just helps you to slow down and, learn a healthy relationship with your thoughts. Nothing wrong with having lots of thoughts. That's kind of how we make decisions and how we plan and drive action and, do all kinds of cool things. But, it's just that idea of calming it down so that one thing is being dealt with at a time. Simple, huh? Learn healthy detachment, really, I think is the third thing that you should do. Because if you can detach yourself from things that seem overwhelming and worrying and stressful, then you can establish a calmness and a peace, which is a much better framework, for finding solutions and helping yourself get through it. The don'ts, okay, there's some don'ts here, and I'm gonna make sure I can list them here, because stop the habit of obsessive worry. Be a warrior, not a worrier. Don't encourage an imbalanced life. If you know that today, I did it today and I want to share. It was just crazy. I sat down with my cup of tea. Okay, I got a big mug of tea today. I got English breakfast tea. I was sitting here and I had this cookie in my hand, and I was like about to put it in my mouth, and I thought, why am I doing that? I don't need that cookie. I don't need 50 calories or 80 calories or whatever it was. I just want a cup of tea without any milk, just a cup of tea. And I went over to the garbage, and I had taken a little nibble, to be honest. I gotta be honest. And I put it in the garbage. I said, why did I do that? Why do I encourage an imbalanced life when I know that I need to lose some weight, like most of us, many of us want to do. But don't judge yourself or others. That's really, really important. Just don't judge others as much as you don't judge yourself. Let's have an open mind here as we go into this next year. We need a bit of understanding and compassion for each other, don't you think? Most importantly, I love this comment from Nomi, which is, don't rush the moments of your life. Don't rush the moments of your life. Mindfulness can help you stay in the moment. And what is mindfulness, by the way? It is simply breathing. It is breathing and sitting and calming. That's all it is. You can do it waiting for the bus. You can do it sitting at home. You can do it at work. Just take 5 minutes, close the door. And just don't waste the moments of your life. They're too precious. A lesson that we all have to learn. Thank you again for everyone for being here. I do hope that you stay tuned here to other videos. I've got thousands of them on 60andMe YouTube channel, and visit our other channels. Also, I want to mention just a couple of things. We did a survey recently, and we realized that people just did not know about things like our yoga videos that are here on YouTube, free. That we have a game section on 60andMe website where you can play games for free. There is a Patreon supporters group, which that's a supporters group, but people don't know about it. Also about our other channels. We're on Instagram, 60andme underscore. This is underscore, 60andme underscore. There's Instagram I mentioned. There is Twitter. I think we've got Pinterest now. We had it years ago. Maybe it's still there. And also TikTok. Now, if you don't think that TikTok's for you, I mean, of course, there's a lot of craziness on there, and don't have to watch that. You can just filter it to your own preferences. But I'm there, 60andme underscore again, and I'm making some good friends, and also sort of challenging aging stereotypes. Anyway, those are the things that you may not know about, and I encourage you to check them out. And the Facebook group, of course. Don't forget that. So anyway, take really good care, everybody. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you in my life, and I'm mindful of that every day. I thank you.